Evaluate each expression given the functions described in the tables below. So I got asked a good question the other day about, hey, do I need to make an equation for these tables? And the answer is eventually we're going to. But for now, we're just given these tables to tell us inputs and outputs. It makes these problems pretty simple because when I'm working through like the first one here, I'm working inside out. So I see what is g of 5. So I know I'm going to deal with the top function here first. I'm plugging in an x value of 5, and my output here is 3. So now I have, instead of g of 5, I know that that's equal to 3. So now I'm just doing h of 3. So I look at h function, I'm plugging in 3, and my output here is 2. So this whole thing is just equal to 2. Now, the inverse here is a little bit trickier for B because the inverse, what you want to think about is we switch the x's and y's, right? So now, instead of saying like g of 0, where I look at g and I'm looking for 0 in the x, the inverse is when I'm switching x's and y's, right? So instead of looking for 0 in the x piece, I'm going to be looking for 0 in the output piece because I'm switching them. So in this case, if I plug in 0, what I will get is 6 because the inverse switches those. For C, I have h of 4, so I'm going to work inside out on this one. H of 4, I look at the bottom one, I see 4, my output of 12. Now I'm trying to find h of 12, so I look back at h again. I see 12 and my output here of -2. Last one here, h, the inverse of h of 8. So again, with this one, I'm looking for 8 in the output because I'm switching the x's and y's. And here I would get 0. So now I have g of 0, which in this case, I look at g, my output here of 9. There's my final answer.